Once upon a time, in the ancient city of Hierapolis, there lived a man named Epictetus. He was not a king or a warrior, not rich or powerful. He was a slave. But though his body was in chains, his mind was free. And it was this freedom of the mind that he spent his life teaching others to find. Epictetus believed that true freedom did not come from the outside world. It did not come from wealth, from fame, or even from the body being unchained. True freedom, he said, comes from within. It comes from understanding what is in our control and what is not. He taught that most of our suffering comes from trying to control things that are not ours to command. Imagine a man who is stuck in a storm. The wind blows hard, the rain falls heavy, and the waves shake his boat. He is afraid, angry, desperate for the storm to stop. But can he command the wind? Can he force the rain to cease? No. The storm is not in his power. But what is in his power? His own thoughts, his own actions. He can choose not to fear the storm. He can choose to remain calm, to steady his hands, to guide his boat as best he can. The storm may still rage, but inside he is free. This, Epictetus said, is the secret of freedom. We cannot control the world around us. We cannot control what others say or do. We cannot control whether we are rich or poor, healthy or sick, praised or insulted. But we can control how we respond. We can choose our thoughts, our judgments, our actions. And in that choice, we find true liberty. One of Epictetus' most famous teachings was about a stolen lamp. He owned a simple iron lamp, nothing fancy, but it gave him light at night. One day a thief came and stole it. Most men would be angry. They would curse the thief, mourn the loss, maybe even chase after him to take it back. But Epictetus only smiled. "Tomorrow," he said, "I will buy a cheaper lamp." He knew the thief could take the lamp, but he could not take his peace. The lamp was not in his control, but his reaction was. This is the freedom Epictetus spoke of. Not the freedom to have whatever we want, but the freedom to want whatever we have. Not the freedom to change the world, but the freedom to accept it without suffering. He told his students to practice this every day. When something bad happens, when they lose money, when a friend betrays them, when they fall ill, they must ask, is this in my control? If not, then they must let it go. They must focus only on what they can change, their own mind, their own choices. One student asked, "But what if a tyrant puts me in chains? What if he threatens to kill me? How can I be free then?" Epictetus answered, "He can chain your body. He can even take your life, but he cannot chain your thoughts. He cannot force you to fear him. You alone decide if his threats have power over you." This was not just talk. Epictetus lived it. He had been a slave, beaten by his master, treated as less than human. Yet he did not let that break him. Instead, he learned from it. He understood that no man could truly enslave another unless the enslaved man allowed it. Freedom, then, is not given. It is taken, not by force, but by wisdom. It is the understanding that nothing outside can hurt us unless we let it. That our happiness does not depend on events, but on how we see those events. Epictetus also warned against false freedoms. Many people believe they are free because they can do as they please. They chase pleasures, they gather wealth, they seek power. But these things, he said, are just another kind of slavery. The man who runs after money is a slave to greed. The man who craves fame is a slave to others' opinions. The man who fears loss is a slave to his own fears. Real freedom is detachment. It is wanting nothing so badly that its absence destroys you. It is being content with what you have, even if it is little. It is knowing that no external thing, no person, no object, no circumstance, can give or take away your peace. This is not an easy lesson. It takes practice. Day after day, we must remind ourselves, This is not mine to control. But my mind is mine. We must train ourselves, like an athlete trains his body, to be strong in the face of hardship. Epictetus compared life to a play. The gods, he said, are the playwrights. They decide the story, the setting, the other characters. But we are the actors. We cannot choose the role we are given, rich or poor, strong or weak, long life or short. But we can choose how to play that role. A good actor does not complain about the script. He performs it with dignity. So, too, must we live. We did not choose to be born. We do not choose when or how we die. But in between, we have the power to act well, to think well, to be free no matter what happens. This was Epictetus' gift to the world. A way of thinking that turns even the worst suffering into strength. A freedom that no chains can bind. And so, dear listener, ask yourself, where is your freedom? Is it in things outside, changing with the wind? Or is it inside you, unshaken, unbroken, yours forever? The choice is yours.